Intermittent fasting has become very popular over the last decade or so, and there are many different variations of it, but all of them limit your eating to a certain window during the day, which can be anywhere from 4 to 24 hours, with the rest of the time being spent fasting. And although this method of eating can be very beneficial for some people because it simplifies their eating habits, curbs cravings, and promotes a healthy metabolism, there's also some drawbacks that not everybody may like, especially if you do it wrong. So here are 5 truths about intermittent fasting that you need to know before trying it. First is that it's not a magic bullet when it comes to fat loss. Many people who start intermittent fasting will often think of it as a shortcut to losing weight. And while it can definitely accelerate the process, it's not a magic bullet by any means. You still need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat, which means that even though you're only eating within a 6-hour window, you still need to eat less food than you burn throughout the day. One study found that intermittent fasting only led to modest weight loss compared to continuous energy restriction, which was about 4.4 pounds or 2 kilos over 12 weeks for both groups. And when they stopped the intervention, most participants regained the weight. The bottom line is that simply restricting your eating window won't automatically lead to fat loss if you're not paying attention to what you're eating. Otherwise, you could theoretically eat tons of high-calorie junk food within that 6-hour window and gain weight as a result. Second is that hunger and cravings may increase if you don't do it correctly. Fasting can be very effective for reducing appetite and cravings because it allows your body to burn off excess glucose, which then leads to lower insulin levels and ultimately a reduction in hunger hormones like ghrelin. But if you don't do it right, it can actually have the opposite effect. Your hunger may increase if you don't fast long enough to enter a state called ketosis, where your body burns fat instead of carbs for energy. One reason is that your body will try to replenish its glycogen stores, which can cause hunger, fatigue, and low energy. That's why it's important to wait at least 13 hours between meals and allow your body to fully deplete its glycogen stores before starting to fast. Another issue is that you may experience an increase in hunger and cravings if you don't consume enough protein or fiber during your eating window. Protein is very satiating since it takes more energy to digest compared to carbs and fats, which helps you feel full for longer. Meanwhile, fiber adds bulk to your meals without adding extra calories and can also slow down the digestion of carbohydrates, which prevents blood sugar spikes that can lead to cravings. Third is that it doesn't reduce the amount of calories you consume overall. Although you might think that having a smaller eating window will naturally lead to consuming fewer calories, this isn't always the case. Research shows that intermittent fasting doesn't necessarily reduce the number of calories consumed per day. Instead, it changes the timing of when you eat those calories. One way this can be problematic is that it can make it harder to follow a calorie deficit, which can lead to fat loss. For example, let's say you usually eat 3 meals a day totaling 2,000 calories. By switching to intermittent fasting, you may find that you're only eating within a 6-hour window, but you're still consuming the same 2,000 calories per day. In this scenario, you would need to reduce the amount of food you eat during your eating window to create a calorie deficit and start losing weight. Or you could just extend your fasting period longer to burn more calories and reach a calorie deficit without changing the amount you eat. Either way, it's important to understand that intermittent fasting alone doesn't automatically reduce the number of calories you consume. Fourth is that it can negatively impact your social life. This is probably one of the biggest downsides to intermittent fasting, which is that it can significantly interfere with your social life. If you enjoy eating out or socialize around food, cutting your eating to a few hours a day can make it difficult to participate in these activities. Even if you choose a fasting schedule that works well with your lifestyle, such as only fasting during work hours, it can still be challenging to coordinate your eating window with other people. For example, you may have to skip happy hour with friends or family gatherings that center around food. Ultimately, whether or not intermittent fasting is worth sacrificing some of your social life can be a personal decision based on your priorities. But it's essential to consider the potential impact on your relationships before committing to a strict fasting schedule. Fifth, it may cause nutrient deficiencies if you don't plan your meals carefully. Not getting enough nutrients can be a problem with any diet, but it's especially common with intermittent fasting since you're limiting your food intake to a small window of time. One way that intermittent fasting can lead to nutrient deficiencies is by restricting entire food groups, like all animal products or all grains. For example, if you follow a vegan diet and only eat fruits, vegetables, legumes, and nuts during your eating window, you may not get enough protein, iron, or calcium. Similarly, if you're a vegetarian who only consumes grains, fruits, and vegetables, you may not get enough protein, vitamin B12, or omega-3 fatty acids. It's important to note that these examples are extreme and unlikely to happen if you're simply restricting your eating window without eliminating entire food groups. However, it's still possible to become nutrient deficient if you don't plan your meals carefully and make sure that you're getting a balanced intake of all essential nutrients. In summary, intermittent fasting can be a helpful tool for fat loss and improving metabolic health, but it's not a one-size-fits-all approach that will work for everyone. As we've discussed, there are several drawbacks to fasting that should be considered before trying it. If you struggle with binge eating, disordered eating, low energy levels, or have a history of yo-yo dieting, fasting may not be right for you. It's also essential to listen to your body and take care of yourself while practicing intermittent fasting. Don't push yourself too hard or try to fast for longer periods than you're comfortable with. Remember that it's all about finding what works best for you and your individual needs. Just keep in mind that it's not a magic bullet for fat loss. It may increase hunger and cravings if done incorrectly. It doesn't automatically reduce the number of calories you consume. It can negatively impact your social life, and it may cause nutrient deficiencies if you don't plan your meals carefully. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Also, if you want a done-for-you keto plan that requires no trial and error. So that's about it for me today, guys. I'll see you guys soon.